On Campus is brought to you by the UWI Mona, inspiring excellence, producing leaders. On Campus, a weekly look at what's happening on the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. On Campus today, the spotlight is on the UWI's administrative professionals as we celebrate Administrative Professionals Week. There's our regular campus calendar, but first, UE News. The Center for Reparation Research at the University of the West Indies is pleased to announce the appointment of its director, Professor Vereen Shepherd, to the position of Chair of the United Nations Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, CERD. CERD is the United Nations' oldest treaty body, and the committee implements the International Convention on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. This is the first time that the social historian and reparations advocate will serve as chair of the committee. She brings her expertise in administration, history, gender studies, migration studies, reparation, and human rights to the position. She also brings to the CERD her experience as a member of the United Nations Working Group of Experts on People of African Descent from 2010 to 2015, then served as chair from 2012 to 2014, during which time she helped to draft the program of activities for the UN's International Decade for People of African Descent from 2015 to 2024. Professor Shepherd assumed her post as chair of the CERD on April 11 for 2 years. Climate expert and scientist at the UWI Mona campus, Professor Michael Taylor, is a contributor to Greta Thunberg's soon-to-be-published climate book. Professor Taylor was invited to submit a contribution on sea level rise and small islands. Commenting on his featured expertise in the publication, Professor Taylor noted that he hopes his contribution will help to bring attention to how climate change is impacting the day-to-day lives of people who live in small island states. The book is scheduled to be released in October, with a U.S. release planned for early 2023. The International Association of Administrative Professionals will be observing Administrative Professionals Day 2022 across the world on April 27. On this day, organizations large and small take the opportunity to say thank you and to shed light on the many important contributions of these professionals to their organizations. This week, Public Relations Officer at Mona, Camille Reed, speaks with Rosalene Simmonds, Administrative Officer in the Dean's Office in the Faculty of Science and Technology, and Pet-Gaye McEwan-Lewis, Administrative Officer in the Faculty of Law, about the activities to be observed this important week.
For all those who are not familiar with the corporate lingo, who is an administrative professional?
So an administrative professional is a professionally trained and certified team member who ideally provides invaluable support to his or her supervisor or to his wider team. The person is often the face of the organization, the first voice or face a guest encounters. And this person will serve to organize processes, workflows, execute projects, and help manage events and timelines. An administrative professional is expected to be a competent person in the use of computer software, basic to advanced accounting, should possess strong communication, event planning, and organizational skills. He or she must be flexible, adaptable, and be proficient at multitasking and at time management, among other things, of course.
Just tell me some of the key tasks that might be undertaken on a daily basis by an admin professional.
Certainly, depending on the level, because of course one can appreciate that there are several levels in administration. So at the very basic, the administrative personnel may be a greeter, may be the first person that you see who will extend that warm organizational welcome to your institution, whether face-to-face or on the phone. The person might handle daily word processing activities and correspondences on behalf of the manager or the team. They will organize meetings and so on. So at a higher level, the person may reach out to internal and external stakeholders, local, regional, or international entities, relating to various matters or projects that the organization is involved in. The person will schedule his or her manager's daily tasks and just help basically to coordinate the various processes that bring the office together, work behind the scenes, do a myriad of things, organize events, a whole plethora of things just to keep the organizational wheels flowing and the different processes intact.
Camille, if I might add, I often tell my team that I see us as the engineers of this whole process, because without the work that administrative professionals do, the wheels of the university cannot turn. And so we see ourselves as engineers, and we continue to work behind the scenes to ensure the wheels of the university continue turning.
How would you describe the typical admin professional at the UWI specifically?
The administrative officers from the 7 faculties on the campus have discussed this matter. It's something that we often talk about when we get together for our meetings. And so some words that have been used to describe the members of our team are that they were committed, very flexible, dedicated, especially during the pandemic, hardworking, and reliable. And so, we're just very proud of our team members and just the work that they have been able to put in, just how they were able to adjust with the change in times. And of course, we had to create virtual offices as a result of the pandemic, and persons worked seamlessly. And so we thank our team for the high quality service that they continue to provide. Despite the onset of the pandemic, the administrative services have continued, and in several instances, we have improved significantly. Some of our personnel have been able to find new and effective and efficient ways of attaining and even surpassing their objectives that have been set for the academic year. And so we really commend them on this. We have found online alternatives such as Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and others to be able to enhance our operations. The university has been very accommodating to its staff, especially because, we were able to allow persons to work from home, just shifting to the home office, allowing time, flexi time in many of our offices so that staff were able to meet the needs of their families, while at the same time ensuring that their tasks were being completed while they were working from home in this very challenging time.
Pet-Gaye McEwan-Lewis, Administrative Officer in the Faculty of Law, and Rosalene Simmonds, Administrative Officer in the Faculty of Science and Technology, speaking about the life of an administrative professional and the plans in place to celebrate Administrative Professionals Week. We'll hear more from them after the break, but first, let's take a look at our campus calendar. The Department of Literatures in English presents a live reading with Alicia Mackenzie, the author of the novel A Million Aunties. Join the live streaming of the reading via YouTube on April 28 at 12 in the afternoon. Just search A Million Aunties by Alicia Mackenzie. On Tuesday, April 26th, the Sir Arthur Lewis Institute of Social and Economic Studies presents the Sir Arthur Virtual Distinguished Lecture. The distinguished lecture will be hosted by the UWI Vice-Chancellor under the theme Sustained Economic Recovery Post-Pandemic, the Lewis Model. The lecture, to be delivered by Dr. Carla Barnett, CARICOM Secretary General, is an important event and promises to be thought-provoking and informative. The lecture will be chaired by Professor Aldry Henry Lee, University Director of Salises. Save the date, April 26 at 5 in the evening, and tune in via www.uitv.org or www.facebook.com/UETV. For more information on the Sir Arthur Virtual Distinguished Lecture, visit the Salises website at uwi.edu/Salises-Mona. We now return to Rosalene Simmonds, Administrative Officer in the Dean's Office in the Faculty of Science and Technology, and Pet-Gaye McEwan-Lewis, Administrative Officer in the Faculty of Law, as they tell us more about the importance of administrative professionals and the plans in place to celebrate Administrative Professionals Week.
Thinking about the advent of technology and how different technologies have automated the way in which admin professionals do certain tasks. What are some of the effects do you think these technologies have had on the profession?
Well, I believe that these apps and software programs have enhanced our effectiveness I don't think they can 100% replace the human touch that we bring to the job, but certainly they have been very helpful. For instance, with the use of Outlook, we're able to set up reminders, which goes out automatically to our counterparts, members of a meeting, etc. And so it's less likely that they'll be forgetting a meeting, or we'll not have to always be calling to say, oh, remember that you have a meeting, because they will get a prompt automatically. And so we're using those features more frequently now. When an item such as this can be automated, it means we can focus our efforts on other areas.
Tell me about the plans that are in place for Administrative Professionals Day 2022 here at the UWI.
We have plans at a university level or at a campus level where we will have a administrative professionals roundtable and panel discussion under the theme Leveling Up. And this will feature addresses from key stakeholders and industry personnel, industry partners, who will share with us about the work of administrative staff and express their appreciation and deal with a number of issues that we encounter on a daily basis. At the department or faculty level, we will be having faculty different set of activities, where persons may do things as groups. And then we also have departmental activities and office activities where individual managers will reach out to express their varied levels of words of appreciation to their team members. And this may take several shapes and forms. And so it is a day that we all look forward to on the campus with great anticipation, and we certainly will be doing activities to pull them together.
Will the rest of the UWI community be able to get involved in any of these activities? For example, that seminar that you described?
Sure, absolutely. Our activities that we host are open to the entire campus. These events are held virtually because you can appreciate that the UWI is employer of thousands of persons, and we are not just based at the Mona campus, we are based at our Western Jamaica campus as well. And so we have these sessions on YouTube as well as on the UWI TV platforms. And so persons are able to join remotely and be a part of the various events and activities that are hosted. If you'll allow me to share with our listeners as well, Camille, even last year we had a well-received session where we had greetings being extended by our key stakeholders at the university, including the campus registrar and so on. And we had entities such as the National Housing Trust coming on stream and sharing about opportunities for home ownership. And this was well received. And in addition to that, we also had other entities coming on stream, partnering with us. We had the Administrator General's Department sharing with us about, is it too soon to write my will? And we had Sagicor. So we have a number of things lined up.
Rosalene Simmonds, Administrative Officer in the Faculty of Science and Technology, and Pet-Gaye McEwan-Lewis, Administrative Officer in the Faculty of Law, speaking with Camille Reed about Administrative Professionals Week, which is being celebrated from April 25 to 29. For more information about the week, visit our website at www.mona.uwi.edu/events. And that's On Campus for today. To stay connected to the UWI Mona, home of the Pelicans, or to apply to UWI Mona, visit us online at www.mona.uwi.edu or like our official Facebook page at www.facebook.com/UWI Mona. The University of the West Indies, inspiring excellence, producing leaders. If you have suggestions for this program, please contact the Marketing, Recruitment and Communications Office, University of the West Indies, Mona, Kingston 7, or email us at marketing.communications@uwimona.edu.jm. On Campus was produced by Camille Reed. I am Sean Mokien. On Campus is a production of the Marketing, Recruitment and Communications Office of the University of the West Indies, Mona, and is recorded in the Media Lab of the University Archives at the UWI Regional Headquarters.